Your dad deviated from the world of just strict comedy to really become a civil rights activist, having very close relationships with Medgar Evers, who, of course, was killed, assassinated by white supremacists, and, of course, Dr. King, who was also killed by white supremacists. What was that like? I mean, I know that you were too little to remember, but your mom is featured in the documentary. How did that affect her as a wife and a mother? You know, just the challenges of having your husband gone for so long and going into very dangerous situations.
Great question. And although I wasn't born at that time, the King family, the Evers family, Malcolm X's family, they were all extensions of the Gregory family. So we all felt that reverberation and pain as we all were growing up. My dad kind of stepped in and became like a surrogate dad to many of these families. He's a Baba to the movement. So many people viewed Dick Gregory like a father figure, and we were happy to share him with the world. It was almost like an embarrassment of riches to have Dick Gregory to yourself. And I'm not just saying that after the fact. We were very clear, and I say this respectfully, he was a bit much. Like, he was too much to keep bottled up on that farm we were growing up on. Yeah. And we would just, turn him loose, which was the name of the play based on my dad's life, because he just had so much to give. And never at any point did we as children or my mom as his spouse feel a shortage of love. Sure, the man was gone a lot, but we knew he was on the front line. Dick Gregory is really the person who kind of set the narrative of, oh, I was never home. And that was, and he would always say, well, Hitler had a mother and father at home. Jack the Ripper had a mother and father at home. Half these aren't home when they're home. And what he really meant by that, his presence was so omnipresent with us Gregory children, from diet, physical fitness. Even when he wasn't there, we heard him clearly. And whenever our mom gave that look, we knew who she was going to call and get on the phone, because he was always right there remotely, like a satellite ready to beam down on us. But now they call that, I think, helicopter parenting.
Yes,
he was the UFO parent before the helicopter parents. But he was very hands-on, believe it or not. I mean, he'd go to soccer games, go to basketball games, always sidebarring with the parents, teaching them something new. He was a master teacher more than anything else. But we all knew there was a chance that we could lose him at any moment to the same racist system that took out Medgar, Malcolm, Martin. We knew that came with the territory. And so my dad knew that too. I've said this in a few interviews, Bevy, that he almost had a sense of some type of survivor's remorse, because had my older brother, Richard Jr., not passed away, my dad always said he was certain he would have been with Medgar Evers when they assassinated him. And there's a fine line between being fearless and reckless. He was fearless. He would always go right up to that line to let you know he wasn't afraid of you and afraid of a system. And that's what you saw in his comedy. That's what made his comedy so brilliant.